What's up, peoples? What is up, peoples of the Facebook world, the social media world, the world we live in, the crazy world? I ain't been on in a while. I've been working a lot and been going through some things, and me and my wife celebrated our 20-year anniversary. Actually renewed our vows, which was pretty cool. I've been battling some stuff on my own, but I'm going to try to make more frequent appearances and talk about life and talk about Jesus and talk about love. I saw the date at 5 or 6. I don't know how many it was, but police officers were, targeted and murdered today in Pennsylvania. And it seems like every day we got cops getting killed or murdered or targeted or, whatever. I was doing a little research and looked all the way back to, I'm 41 and I graduated from high school in 1996. And, I looked back and tried to find statistically what the death rate was in cops. And I'm going to be looking at Google. Google will tell you anything. From back in 1996 per se when I graduated high school. So total law enforcement in 1996 that were killed or died in the line of duty. The total line of duty deaths were 143, and they ranged from aircraft accidents to assault to a fall to being stabbed, struck by a train, vehicular assault, gunfire. Let's just go to gunfire. In 1996, 61 police officers were killed in the line of duty by gunfire. That's in 1996. So let's fast forward to 2018, which was last year. 52 police officers were killed by gunfire. So let's fast forward, 2016 to 2018, 20-something years ahead, and nothing's really changed. I mean, it's still, the same. It's actually less than what it was, There were 163 in 2018 total deaths and 143 in 1996. My point behind this is I want to, this is the world we live in, and it's always been the same. The difference is you've got media that are out here and they're, they're building things up and talking about this and talking about that, and everybody is for 2 weeks, for a week or whatever it is. Everybody has been stuck on El Paso shooting. It was horrible. It was tragic. Nobody ever condones that. I'll never condone that. Horrible and tragic. But ain't nobody talking about Ohio. Nobody's talking about Ohio. Nobody's talking about, Maryland. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about that. I just don't get it. How do we love one city, and how do we feel so heartbroken over one city and not feel heartbroken over another city? Death is death. I don't get it. I cannot wrap my brain around why we are so hung up on El Paso, the world, the media, and it's mainly the media. I say the world because the world just listens to every piece of junk that the media puts in it. And it ain't about being Republican or Democrat or being on the left side or the right side or supporting Trump or not supporting Trump. I support the United States of America. I love the United States of America. I support our law enforcement. You know, I worked for the Wake County Sheriff's Office for, 8 or 9 years, whatever it was, and I got family that still work with the sheriff's office. I've got friends that work with the sheriff's office. It's a sad bunch of mess, is what it is, and nobody wants to put Bibles back in schools. Nobody wants to let schools, deal with Christianity. Nobody wants to reach out there and pour into some of these kids. Say what you want to. I live in a neighborhood in Clayton, and my neighborhood, I can come in at 11 o'clock at night. I can come in at midnight. I can come in at 1 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes my work requires me to do that. And I can come in at any given time. It don't matter what time of day it is. There are teenagers. And when I say teenagers, I'm talking about 13 maybe, all the way up to 18 or 19 or young adults, whatever. What kind of parent don't know where their kid is at 13 years old or 11 years old, or, riding around the neighborhood on skateboards with a group of people, or at freaking 1 o'clock in the morning? I don't get it. These kids today are disrespectful, and it ain't their fault. It's just not their fault. You can't, if you're out in public and somebody disrespects you, you can't say nothing to them. Because if you say something to them, then you're going to get repercussions. Everybody's videoing everything and trying to make something out to be more than what it really is. Parents are suing people just because they say something to the kids. I just don't get it. I don't get where we're at. When I was growing up, my daddy heard me disrespecting an adult, or my mama heard me disrespecting an adult, they would slap the taste out of my mouth. I mean, they would hit me so hard that I'd feel it for a week. You just didn't do that. You didn't do that when I was growing up. And now we got kids out here just ain't got no respect for nobody. Nobody's got respect for life. Everybody's killing everybody. I mean, we're in a world where we're talking about some pro-choice. I don't get it. If we're gonna let people kill people, then I don't understand. Take everybody off of death row. I mean, I just don't get it. We live in a world where somebody can complain, somebody can get offended, somebody can go to this place, or they can write this letter, or, they can complain to this person, and, before you know it, you got a big story, a headline, this and that. It's just a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap is what it is. And it just frustrates the crap out of me to think that our world has just come to a big, soft piece of nothing. I mean, it really has. The United States of America is just a big, soft nothing. Anybody they can have their feelings hurt and complain about it, and people are getting fired. People are getting, shot. People are getting murdered. People are called racists. People are called bigots. People are called, anti-homophobic or homophobic or homo whatever. I ain't never seen so many homo names in my life. I ain't never seen so many phobic names in my life. It's just a bunch of nonsense. What happened to the days when we all just played together and hung out together and loved each other, and it wasn't none of this nonsense going on when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I mean, we'd play basketball all day long, and we'd have black people, white people, Hispanic people, Puerto Rican people, whoever was there, and we just played ball and had a good time. I just don't get it. I don't get what this world is coming to, you know? I mean, Jesus told us, love one another as he has loved us. Love one another as he has loved us. He didn't say love white people more or love black people less, or, you know, I just don't get it. I just cannot understand what is going on with this world. I just don't. You know what? I'm gonna get some shirts and some hats made with the, you know, I reckon I can do it right. You know, everybody everywhere I go, I'm always throwing up my double love signs and sign language. I know Nicole Wheatley's gonna get me, but I think I'm doing it right. I don't know. But let's just love each other. God, I just don't get it. Life is too short for all this nonsense. It's just too short. I did a job for a lady, had a customer the other day that was from the Philippines, and you know, she was from the Philippines, and it just so happened that 2 days earlier her husband died. He was only 60. In just a blink of an eye, he was diagnosed with cancer, and less than 2 weeks later, he died. Less than 2 weeks after being diagnosed, he died of cancer. Sudden, very sudden. She's left with, you know, she don't have a driver's license. She don't know how to drive. She don't know how to, I mean, what are we doing, America? What are we doing, people? What are we doing? I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I'm guilty. I'm guilty of watching videos and watching, you know, different stuff about this side or that side or whatever, and I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of every day seeing this many people got killed, or this many people got killed, or this many people got killed, and it ain't the guns, it ain't the freaking knives, it ain't it's the people behind it. The people's they gotta pull the trigger. Somebody's gotta pull the trigger. You know, I don't care how much access you have to guns. I've had access to guns my whole life. I ain't never thought about going out and freaking killing nobody and causing no mass freaking shooting. I wish the media would stop. Everything in life's about a competition. The media would stop talking about mass freaking shootings. Somebody wouldn't be trying to top the next guy. You know, I just don't get it. We got big executives, businessmen, politicians, judges, lawyers, cops out here freaking running sex rings and sex trafficking and raping underage girls, and I just don't get it. I cannot for the life of me figure it out. And I've tried to figure it out. I've tried to look at both sides of the fence, and, you know, I had a guy, just because I do support Trump, not necessarily his mouth, because he's got some loose lips, but, you know, and I had a guy that I freaking worked alongside of for years and broke bread with, and I mean, I'm racist just because I don't believe in killing babies, because I believe in the fact that America is great, and I believe in somebody saying what's on their mind and being stern about it. I don't know if y'all seen the past world, or, you know, I mean, the last freaking 10 presidents we had, political correctness ain't got us nowhere. We're still in the same crap we've been in for freaking years. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's stop fighting. Let's pray for each other. Why don't we pray for each other? Why don't we love each other? Why don't we just... Money. Imagine what it would be like if we just spread love instead of hate. Love is a learned behavior just like hate is. Ain't nobody born hating nobody. Ain't nobody born loving nobody. You have to learn to do it. It's a learned behavior. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, we done come to a place where we letting other countries come in our country and raise their own flags. I don't get it. And you can't do nothing about it. We got cops in New York getting water thrown on them. Can't do nothing about it. Mayor of New York City, I mean, I don't get it. Nobody respects law enforcement. Nobody respects the military. Nobody respects the flag. Nobody respects nothing. Nobody respects nothing. You got people who are playing sports for the United States of America, playing sports for the country in which they reside, for the country that they love so much that they want to play sports for them, but they want to kneel at the flag. They want to kneel during the national anthem to make some kind of statement that's been around for forever. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. I didn't know where this video was going, but this is what I do know. I'm a man who is imperfect. I'm a man who's made a lot of mistakes throughout my life, my 41 years here on earth. Made a ton of mistakes. I've screwed up a lot of stuff, messed up a lot of relationships. Failed a lot of times as a father, as a husband, as a friend. But I am bound and determined to pour love into as many people as I can. I am bound and determined to love as many people as I can. Because you know what? Whenever I was screwing up and making dumb decisions and making poor choices in life, and even now when I fail, Jesus still loves me. He don't never stop loving me. God still chases me. He don't never stop chasing me. I mean, people ain't got nothing. I mean, what is family? Family don't mean nothing no more. Family don't mean nothing. Friendships don't mean nothing. Education don't mean nothing. Teachers are pure scared to do anything. Kids don't get disciplined. Kids talk to teachers any way they want to. I watched a video earlier where a teenage boy was in a public bathroom with his phone sitting on the back of the sink where people have to wash their hands at, and an elderly man, probably in his 70s, walked in the bathroom and asked the young man politely if he could wash his hands. And the young man turned around and looked at him and said, "I'm making a video. Go on somewhere. This guy's tripping." You know what that old man did? He walked up there and slapped the pee out that little boy. That's what we got to get back to. We got to get back to respecting our elders. We got to get back to respecting our law enforcement, respecting our military, and respecting the daggum flag. More lives have been lost in this country and in other countries protecting that flag that everybody's disrespecting, so that you can have the right, so people can have the right to freaking disrespect the flag. And I think it should be against the law to disrespect the United States flag. Period. If you're in the United States citizen and you disrespect the flag, then your butt needs to go to jail for that, and pay a fine. Well, that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, love each other. Let's love each other. I can't say it no clearer. Love, 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 love. Love. Now, y'all have a good night.